Ever felt like you're in a linguistic labyrinth while playing Scrabble? You're not alone. The struggle to up your game is real. But what if I told you that mastering prefixes could be your game changer? Let's dive into the world of prefixes to boost your Scrabble score. What exactly are prefixes, and why do they matter in Scrabble? In a nutshell, prefixes are groups of letters that we add to the beginning of words to alter their meaning. They're like word modifiers, capable of transforming words with just a couple of letters. Without further ado, here are 29 important prefixes, what they mean, and examples in action. First up we have a or an, which means without or lack of. An example of this is the word amoral. In this case, the a prefix changes the word moral to mean without morals. Next we have ante, which means before or earlier. An example of this prefix in action is antedate. Here, ante alters the word date to mean to be of an earlier date. Moving along, we have anti, which means against or opposite of. Take the word antiseptic, for example. The prefix anti changes septic to mean against infection. We also have auto, which means same or self. Consider the word autopilot. Auto transforms pilot to mean self-pilot or self-steering. As you can see, prefixes are incredibly powerful. They give you the ability to take simple words and transform them into more complex ones, all while racking up points on the Scrabble board. And the beauty of it all? You do this magic with just a handful of letters. So, ready to add more prefixes to your Scrabble arsenal? Next up, we have co. This prefix means with or together. Imagine you're playing Scrabble and you've got the letters COOAUII on your rack. But wait, you see an opportunity to piggyback on an existing word pilot on the board. And just like that, you've got co-pilot. You're able to score a lot more points by using just two of your letters. Next, we have con, another prefix meaning together. So, if you're struggling with the letters TTACCNO, you can group the prefix con at the beginning of your rack and see if something new occurs to you. CONTTAC. Suddenly you see it. Contact, a 7-letter word. Moving on to D, this is a prefix that means down, off, or away from. Think about the word bug. It's a decent word, but it's not going to get you a lot of points. But if you can add D to it, you've got debug. You've increased your word's length and your score. Next we have dis. This prefix means not, apart, or away. Say you have the letters for dis on your rack, and on the board is the word bar. Connect them and you've got disbar. We also have en, a prefix that means put into or cover with. Consider the word enclose. Close is pretty straightforward, right? But add en and you've got enclose, a verb that means to surround or shut in. And it's a 7-letter word. Moving on, we've got extra, a prefix that means beyond or more than. Take extramarital. Marital refers to marriage, but add extra and it refers to something occurring outside the bounds of marriage. This prefix is great for extending an existing word on the board to hit bonus tiles and collect a lot of points. We also have homo, which means same or alike. This prefix is all about sameness and similarity. Consider homonym, a word that sounds like another word but has a different meaning. Our next prefix is hyper. This prefix means over or more. An example of this is the word hyperactive. Picture this. You've got active on the board and you add hyper to it. Not only have you created a new word, but you've racked up a lot more points. Next, we've got illa. This prefix means not or without. Think of the word illegal. Moving on, we have in. This prefix can mean in or into. Consider the words insert or inspection. We also have inter. This prefix means between or among. An example of this is the word intersect. We just have a few more prefixes left to go. The prefix intra means within or inside. An example would be to add the prefix intra to the work Venus for intravenous. Mono means one or single. It's used in words like monocle and monogamy. Next we have non, meaning not or without. You can tag this prefix onto the word entity to open up the board and score more points with just 3 letters. Another one to open up the board and score more points is post, meaning after or behind. Consider postprandial or postscript. Both pre and pro mean before or forward. You can see them in action in words like proceed and project. One of my most used prefixes is re, which means again. You can add this prefix to a wide number of verbs to indicate that the action is being done again, like re-elect and readmit. Next up is sub, meaning under. Consider the word submarine, under the water. Sim and syn mean together. You can use them to spell words like synapse and symmetry. We also have tele, which means from over a distance. like in television and telephone. You can tag it on to existing words on the board to hit a double word score or just to get more points from fewer letters. Trans means across or beyond. It's used in words like transaction and transmit. Another common prefix is tri. This one means three. An example is tricycle. Next, we have un, which means lacking or opposite. If you're stuck with bad letters and trying to figure out how to use up a U, you can tag un in front of a word like graceful to spell ungraceful. Moving on, we have uni, which means one or single. We see it in words like unicorn and unicycle. Lastly, we have up, meaning to the top or higher. You can use this combo to change the meaning of the word beat to upbeat or grade to upgrade. We've come a long way on our prefix journey, haven't we? From A to up, we've explored how these little word elements can massively boost your Scrabble game strategy. Remember, every prefix is a potential game changer. Moving them to the front of your tile rack can help you unscramble your letters. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more Scrabble tips and practice.